Shit, man, this shit dropping. I need to get a new phone, man. This shit.
All right, we love.
All right, hey, Shalom, Shalom, call halal, Yahaba, Shimya, Shaba, Shimra Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Salutations to the elect throughout the four corners, pushing the word in sincerity and truth. The 1/3 of men, women, and children that believe. Uh, we about to men of valor brothers from different areas, Baltimore, South Carolina, and New York in the house. So we about to touch on a few things through the spirit. Satan trying to intervene with this countdown. So I'm gonna have to probably re- reboost this joint.
No, El Tazam, you still there? Oh, you
He
probably
probably,
just.
yeah, he probably about to go back out and come back in.
Yeah,
All right, so can a
because
brother
the
get?
lag. You just reset your phones, cut it off, cut it back on.
Oh, he didn't even got to do that. He could just leave the room and then come back into the the meeting or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Can a brother give me Jeremiah 28, and I think it's 8 or 9.
yeah, I got you. The prophets that have been before me.
Yeah, because that's what we want to get into this lesson. El Tazawin has something that he wanted to go into, but through the spirit, until he comes back, just go into a couple of things. We was actually talking about a couple of things a little bit earlier, and just want to bring out just real quick Jeremiah 28, and I think it's 8, real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at 7 if I can. Jeremiah 28:7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. Verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Matter of fact, can you read verse 7 again, Baba Kusha?
Come. Verse 7 on Jeremiah 28. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of.
And that correlates with what is that? Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Speak down the words of my people, the words of prophecy. So that shows you that what, like I believe it's Apostle Paul. That's what that you all speak the same thing. So what? Ezra was speaking the same thing, and Jeremiah was speaking the same thing because what? The message was from the same God. The message was from the same power. Yeah. They all had the same visions, just in different kind of ways, but the message was still the same.
That's right. And the Lord uses basically all the prophets agreed on one. You know what I'm saying? It was different time periods and everything like that, but they still had the same message. Even the prophecies of Yahushua.
Okay.
Yep. Verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. And that's the same thing that we're doing now. We're also prophesying of war, of pestilence, and things like that are coming upon this place. Yep. Right? Hold up 1 second. Let me get the elder back here.
Okay.
Yeah,
can you hear us?
Yeah. My bad, man. That's sick, man. I'm mad as hell because I ain't get up with this phone fucking up. Hopefully it could charge up. But what was the topic? Salakia.
No, I was just saying that based off of Jeremiah 28, and that was it 8 or 9?
8.
Yeah.
That basically, we're prophesying against this kingdom like we always do. That to cause the prophets of doom, or we always bring bad news. But hey, that's what the prophets back then always brought. That the message of that word, that bad times is coming. If you read the book of Samuel, when Samuel pulled up to go anoint David, the men was shaking. They was like, coming
out. Get that, bro. 2 Samuel 16:4.
That's the spirit. I was just about to say that. The seers.
Is it second verse?
Oh, I don't know. Them double books always throw me off. I think I'm getting old. But definitely 16:4 though. I could bet my last dollar on that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it right here. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, and verse 4 and 5. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming and said, "Comest thou peacefully?" And he said, "Peaceably. I am come to sacrifice." Yep.
Yeah, because anytime you saw the prophets, it was danger coming. It was doom. You know, anytime you saw the prophets.
Yeah, so the
Oh, my
people
bad.
didn't
I thought
even
that
really
was
want
an
to see
elder.
them.
Anytime you saw the prophets, they was coming to give some type of warning. Like, you don't have to be reminded that you're doing good. Know what I mean? Like Apostle Gabar brought out, he was like, when you do good, forget about it. It's when you do bad, you need to focus on, right? Because like we unprofitable servants, you know. So when you do good, it's kind of like, now don't get it twisted. Sometimes brothers do so much good or whatever, they don't feel appreciated for, and they don't feel like, it's a reward. That doubt demon come. So a lot of times you got to be exalted. Yo, brother, you doing good. You've been battling in the spirits. You've been through your ups and downs. Keep fighting, brother. Keep fighting. You know what I mean? Sometimes brothers do need encouragement to add that balance. But you don't want to praise yourself every time you do good, because once you do that, you kind of can feel entitled. That can bring that spirit of feeling entitled up, and that goes straight into pride when people feel entitled. That can bring that spirit of entitlement up, and you can feel, when you do good, but really you want to focus on when you do bad, right? When you fuck up and you do bad, that's the main thing you want to focus on. That's the main correction you want to make. So when they saw Samuel coming, they saw the prophets. Normally, the Lord ain't gonna have the prophets raise up and prophesize, because guess what? The prophesizing to do all of that is, it's tedious work, and the Lord putting his men at risk and all that. So it's just like, you know, and the Lord making a fool out of his men and all that. But it's to destroy the people that's being wicked. So once the earth reaches a certain type of wickedness, the Lord raised up his prophets to prophesize before he bring the destruction.
Yeah. I got something. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33. Because basically, like the brothers and the elder was saying, we are warning the people. We're blowing the trumpet. We just left the memorial blowing of the trumpets, and that's a overall signifier of what's about to come and what the prophets are doing. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman upon the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word in my mouth and warn them from me. So this, the spirit that the people was in when what we just read, and the spirit that the people that is in right now, because I was thinking about just real fast. Excuse my folly, but when we first got in the truth, and you go around your family, they're like, "Man, what you about to talk about now? You got to talk about this or that." And that's the same spirit that people had when Samuel came around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that warning is from the Lord, and like we are basically the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. So that's the overall message. The Lord is justified in doing everything that He's about to do because He gave a warning first.
Right.
Right. If I may
Hey,
say,
yeah, go ahead,
no,
brother.
I
You
was
got
gonna
it.
say Yahweh Shah gave us a warning too, as the men that go out there and prophesy, that to be not dismayed or be not deceived. And he also said, it's going to be death and destruction that's coming. But in verse 7 of Matthew 24, starting from 6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
That's
See
right.
that you be not troubled.
That's
For all
right.
these things must come to pass,
Yep.
but the end is not yet." So when we prophesy, we know the things that's to come, and it's kind of depressing, but we the only ones that could do it. Like, we the bearers of bad news.
Yeah. Now I said, hey, it's
Yeah,
exciting
con.
times for us, man. We ready for this thing to kick off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the meaning
Hey,
of
give
when I
me
say,
jump off on Psalms 58 and 10.
all right, yeah, go
Baba
ahead.
Kashar.
You got it, Shalom.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I was saying it's depressing knowing that the end is not yet. We always looking for that end, but
Yeah.
we out here in this world, and like I said, we the bearers of bad news as well. But we also laboring. Like when we first came in, before we started the class, we was all talking about how the plant can wear you down.
Yeah. Con.
Yeah, con.
I got it.
Yeah, bring that out. Baba Kashar. Salakia.
You go. This is Psalm 58 and 10 says, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Yeah, so the vengeance that's coming upon Esau, we gonna rejoice because we not joined unto this world. We joined
Right.
unto the world that's coming. And it says what? He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, because that's the judgment that's gonna come, and we gonna dance in their blood as the Lord shed it based upon the things they done to us. You know what I mean? That's gonna be basically the rejoicing of the judgment coming upon Esau and the other nations. You know, but hey, I wanted the phone is acting a little better, which is beautiful. All praise to you, Bashir Michelle. I kind of wanted to switch gears, based on because a brother Shamyar, he lived next to a college, and I was like, this whole college shit. Yo, I picked up this nigga. He went to this college. You know what the name of this shit? This shit called fucking Morgan State University.
Mm-hmm.
And a morgue is a fucking death. So it's the University of Death. But then I picked up bugged out drug dealers around here. And come to find out, the niggas in the college is more bugged out than the fucking drug dealers. Yo, the fucking hold on, that's the brother Shamyar. I'm gonna hit the
Be more gone than Freeman.
Hey, Morgan State a big university. It's a pretty big university.
Yo, so brothers is I waved to him, so no, they bugged the fuck out, bro. This dude was taking Salakia. I was like, break my attention. But this dude was taking I'm like, yo, what type class you taking? I forgot his major, but he was like, I'm in the philosophy class, and basically Esau come up with all types of bugged out shit for you to think about to bug you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Hey,
the main reason, Elder, if I can interject real fast, is because they're getting pumped full of Esau's doctrine. Those curriculums, man, it is nothing but rewiring your brain to be a part of the beast system, man. I got scripture to back that up. This is 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of the world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Now we know the wise.
I think it started at 18. Jump to 18.
Okay. This is 1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become
the wise in this world, because they don't know the truth for the Lord. See, I wish if I had some bread to take if I was sitting on some bread like a few thousand and I could spend like 1,300 to take one of these dumbass classes, I'd do it just to interrupt that shit. Because the teacher be like, hey, you want to come up and teach? I'd be like, hell yeah, motherfucker. I've been and took that shit over. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, oh, you thought I was gonna spit some bullshit and sit back down. I ain't about to spit no bullshit. Yeah, sit back down. I'm about to take over the whole class.
Yeah.
But
let me finish that 3 and 18, Bible Shah. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seems to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. Yep. I think he lagged out again.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have here, where is it? Hold up. I have here Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, just to keep on that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It says,
hello? Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had zoomed out for a bit. I texted brother, he probably about to jump in a minute, that we running the StreamYard. But bring that 18 back, Salakia. I know we're a little all over the place, but dealing with this modern technology, you know, for the YouTube world. But bring that 18 back.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 3 and 18, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
Yeah, he's a wise fool, because if you really break shit down, like I was talking to that fucking college nigga, big ass Suge Knight looking nigga, just docile as hell. Imagine Suge Knight just dumb and docile. He was like one of them niggas, barely could fit in the back seat. But I'm talking to this nigga and he breaking down like what was told. And as I'm trying to make sense of it, I'm like, yo, I told him. Now it ain't wise to do that while on a lift ride. But I'm like, yo, nigga, that shit dumb as hell, nigga. I'm like, yo, that shit don't even make no sense. Mm-hmm. Then I broke this shit down to him from my point of view. And the nigga was just kind of, you know what he said? He was like, well, you seem like an informative type of person. We all believe the same thing. Your truth is my truth, and we just all believe the same thing. And he jumped out the car and bounced. So I'm like, but as I drove off, I ended the day on that shit. I couldn't work no more. I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm like,
hey, and real fast,
my shit was broke, bro. My shit was broke. I'm like, yo, I don't want to see no more. I want.
Hey, Elder, Suge Knight drunk off the wine of fornication.
Right, and Elder, hey, hopefully this last part. Let him become a fool that he may be wise. There's a lot of people is not going, and what we did, we basically just pretty much erased our brain and was really brainwashed and forgot. Well, not forgot all the way, but like just didn't play into all the stuff that we learned before we learned this knowledge. Because before we learned this knowledge, we was in the world and we was thinking, okay, you gotta go to the university. You know, you gotta at least graduate high school or get a GED to be something. But it's brothers that didn't even go to that dropped out of high school, that know more than a damn theological or seminary person that's a doctorate in the Bible. So when we become a fool, it's basically just letting off all the so-called education. I forgot what the word education. It goes into the learning.
No, it go back to the word educare.
The learning of animals or something like that.
No. To draw out. To draw out.
Okay.
It means basically on that show, even of the 100, it brought out. They was like educate. They was telling the teacher like educate me. She was like, nah, I really can't educate. Like I can't teach you.
Yeah.
I'm basically here to draw out what's already in you. You know what I'm saying? So the word educate comes from the word educare, which means to draw out. Shalom, fact check that right quick for me on the etymology.org, Baba Kashan. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Brother's been bringing that out for years. But educate comes from educare, which means to draw out, meaning I'm just really already enlightening you from what's already in you. And that really goes back to the 2/3 and the 1/3, right? We cannot enlighten them because it wasn't put in them to be enlightened at this time. No matter how much you talk to them, no matter how much you speak to them, no matter how much you try to run the word inside of them, they're not going to get it. You're just going to be wasting your time. But the ones that's meant to get it, it's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. You got that, Shalimar?
Yeah, I got it. It says educate, right, which is a verb. It goes back to educare. It says bring up, rear, educate. It says bring out.
Yeah, to bring out or to bring forth, meaning the light is already inside of you. I'm just what I'm speaking. I'm just basically you already been enlightened from the elect, from the foundation of the world. All you had was a fucking lamp cover over your fucking lamp. All I did was take it off. The light has already been installed in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we really, yeah.
So really, you can't educate somebody who the Lord hasn't already ordained. Right? So Esau, he calls it an education, but it's actually an indoctrination. He's not educating you, he's indoctrinating you. So when you do hear the truth, it sounds even more stranger. Right?
Yeah, he's dimming the light.
Right. So basically, say we stuck in the middle, say we go deep sea fishing and the boat go down, and we stuck in the middle of the ocean. There's 15 of us. We don't know which way land. We don't know which way land is, right?
Shalom.
My bad, this shit backfired. Is it echoing?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because the brother. I mean, he way in the house though. I don't know why this shit picking up like that.
Probably because I just came in. Salaki.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Nah. We're echoing, but Shamyar isn't.
I ain't hear no echo on Shamyar.
That's what I said he isn't. He's the only one not.
Y'all can hear me?
You echoing.
But I'm echoing.
Yeah, we all echoing except Shamyar.
Nah, as soon as he came, I think I'm too close to him. I'm about to drive off.
You ain't got to drive off.
Huh?
Yeah, because then why would I be echoing?
It wouldn't echo because of that. I'm going to just go in the room. You good, though.
Oh, okay. I can hear you.
You ain't got to drive off.
Now I'm still echoing. Oh, yo, I was trying to flag you down, though, to come to the car. Really?
Oh, shit.
That's why you was telling me to take Eve's spot, but I was like letting you know, like, but you ain't know. I was like, yo, you could just walk and jump in the car, and I could just pass you the phone if you want to speak.
Oh, fine. No, you good. Go ahead, bro.
Cause the shit echoing.
I don't hear no echo now.
Y'all can hear the echo?
I hear it.
Yeah, come. I'm
gonna just back out. Y'all go ahead.
Nah, dude. I mean, it's still work. I want you to join. If you could.
I'm gonna come to the car.
All right, come.
All right.
Damn, you that close to him?
I mean, you know, with this modern day technology, we like 200 feet away, but like, and I'm outside in the house.
Soon as he closed out, it got better.
Nah, I already peeped. As soon as he logged in, I started like echoing and shit.
Yeah, Esau with his goddamn philosophies, man. He dimming the light.
I was just saying educare, right? Bringing back the point till he walked down here. It probably take him a good 2 minutes. But educare, right? Meaning to bring out or to bring forth. Meaning we already been enlightened. That's why a brother can't be like, yo, I taught you the truth. Or, I mean, he can say that to a certain point, right? But really, the truth was already installed in us. It just had to be ignited. Just like who was the Hawk? David Banner, Bruce Banner, not Bruce Banner. David
Lou
Banner was a
Ferrigno?
rapper.
Lou
No,
Ferrigno? It was David Banner. He also went
David
by the
Banner.
name Bruce Banner too.
Oh, okay, I got it fucked up. But listen, that Hawk gene was always installed in him. He just never knew it. Until his life was threatened and people tried to harm him, then it came out. You know what I mean? So it's the fucking same thing though.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
And like I said, all it's gonna do is dim your light because you fall away from the spirituality when you deal with college. Most college students are either atheists or they don't subscribe to the doctrine of having a higher power to worship. They believe that there is a higher power, but it's not based upon worship. It's like when you get involved with the college system, they God is science, you know.
Yeah, I got a real fast.
Hey, that's what that also too. I got you, bro. That's also too the Scientology, because that's like if you really tap into that shit, that's like one of the most demonicest shit out there. But you won't know that on surface level until you like climb up into the ranks. But that Scientology shit is off.
Hell yeah. Like they don't deal with repenting and getting right, you know, accepting the Lord, you know, and his son. They just wanna they got this item. I saw it on a documentary where it's called clearing, where you gotta just reveal all type of negative stuff about you, and they could tell if you telling the truth about any dark secrets about you. I saw it. That shit was crazy. Like they got you holding on 2 metal rods, and it's like that's supposed to be a lie detector, and it determines it. You know what I'm saying? They weird, man.
That shit left-handed hard, you know.
And they author of that shit, L. Ron Hubbard, right? It's L. Ron Hubbard who's the author of that shit. That nigga made Dianetics. That was just a book of philosophies. A big thick ass Bible of just like his sayings
and people don't even know what philosophy mean. When I question that nigga from Morgan, I'm like, what class you taking? He like philosophy or something. I'm like, yo, philosophy means lover of wisdom. It's a compound word. Philo means lover, like and Sophie is from the Greek word Sophia. Sophia means wisdom. So when you say I'm a philosopher or I study philosophy, that means you're a lover of wisdom. But wisdom comes from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he told me. Wisdom, but hey, jump in the back. You might want to come on this side, bro. Come on this side. Hey, man, we got Shem Young in the house, and the Elder Bakar just pulled up. And
what up, Elder?
Yeah. We got Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Shia, South Carolina, we all and the sit down. Kind. Hey, so the elder might, he might drop a few gems. Just to fill brothers in, we talking about how fucked up school is. Cause I recently picked up somebody from Morgan, and he was talking about philosophy and all that, and I checked him on it. Then I found out, and when I was driving, I'm like, yo, these niggas, because this shit surrounded by a ghetto. I found out that I've had the experience of both ends. These niggas more bugged out than these drug dealing, getting high niggas. And they fucked me up. I even stopped working. After I dropped them all, like 4 miles up Perrin Parkway somewhere, I'm like, yo, the spirit was like, yo, turn your shit off and go home. Because I was just done. Because he was so bugged the fuck out. After I cut him, he was like, well, man, your truth is my truth, is your truth. And we all just believe the same thing. And word is more, I picked up a bonehead nigga. And he was like, yo, man, I think my time is up. He was way more humble. And I said a prayer for him. If I had oil in my car, I would have jumped out and anointed him. Word is born because he was just lost. And I was like, damn, man, I fell for him. But that school, that big Suge Knight nigga that was going to this shit, and the shit called Morgan University, Death Note. So, and going back to the word educate, so this is where we was at. The word educate means is draw out. Meaning I cannot educate you unless the Lord has already put in you what need to be drawn out. Like it's not an education, it's an indoctrination. The indoctrination is
I got the definition.
the wisdom of the you got indoctrination?
I got the definition for you.
Okay, bring that out.
Right. So it says, by the 1830s, it came to mean the act of forcing ideas and opinions on someone who isn't allowed to question them.
Woo! Because guess what? I was like, yo, if I had bread, I'll take that same course he was taking, philosophy, and I'll question the teacher and shit on him. And if I dare him to say, do you want to come up and teach the class? Because you're going to be sitting down a long motherfucking time. Know what I mean? But it's not but they lie and say it's an education, but it's a what? It's an indoctrination to pull you what? Further from the truth when you hear it. Then they call these places what? Universities.
Definition as well.
Okay, the brother. All right, it's like 8 of us, so brothers got to keep a little order. I try not to be long-winded, right? But it's an indoctrination, and it's not an education. Then they call it what? Universities. That's a compound word too. Unit means one, and versul means to turn. Like if you say I'm versatile or revolver, re means back and vol means to turn. Or like the word revolution, to turn back into one's favor, or to turn back into the way things used to be. So university means unit means one, and versul means to turn. I'm turning the mind of the public back into the way of the new world order, because we one body up here and we indoctrinate everybody on down from this step. That's why once you graduate and come back, they call you an alumni, which means what? One who has already been illuminated, but not illuminated through the Most High. You've been now indoctrinated by Satan. That's why them college niggas it's hard to fucking get through them niggas, man. Yo, you ride a guy nigga off of fucking Bel Air Road, East New York, fucking Compton, whatever. Them niggas is way more easier to deal with than somebody that went to that college bullshit.
College breeds atheism as well. But when you go on curriculum etymology, it means a course, especially a fixed course of study at a college or university, from modern Latin transfer use of running a course, career. And the regular definition also is subjects compromising a course of study in a school or college. So they already got a fixed program.
Yeah,
okay?
And you can't question it. And if you question it too much, they look at you as a nuisance and they get you thrown out the class.
Hell yeah.
They get you thrown out the class. How the fuck you can learn something but you can't question it?
Right.
That shit is crazy to me. That's the same thing with that Islam shit. My bad, I'm getting worked up, man. But we fighting for the Lord. Yo, that Islam shit. How the fuck could you teach? We tell people, look it up. Don't just believe me. Right. But that's how you know it's some bullshit. You pushing some bullshit that you can't even question.
Hey, Zaquan. Respectfully, I got a scripture. We kind of rambling. We need to bring out some scriptures.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, this is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 1. And this just to add to your point where you was making earlier about how the only people, the word educate means to basically learn someone or basically jog their memory or whatnot. 2 Peter 3 and 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. So the only ones that really can get educated is the ones that the Lord basically jog their memory to what they knew in the past through reincarnation and everything like that.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, the brother got him.
That's just to back you up, Elder, about these college niggas, right? Because Yahushua This is what he said. This is Matthew 11:25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and has revealed them unto babes. Just to back you up.
And that's what brothers that's high school dropouts and shit like that. Because brothers, I met brothers that was on 5th grade reading levels, but 3 to 5 years in the truth, they was reading like immaculately. And where did they learn to do that from? From the word of the Lord. So the word of the Lord bring you on all kinds and all types of levels. Could you hey Shalom, could you grab Revelation 12 when it said he deceived the whole world? I think 12 and 7, Baba Kushab.
Got you.
And the way this devil deceived the whole world is through his education system. Because guess what? At one point, you know, it wasn't no schools. You learned from home. You know what I mean? But the Rockefellers, they was the that family of the elites that brought the education, the so-called the school system in. And look at the plan. Get the father out of the house, because guess what? The father, that's where the education comes from. Because women don't seek out things like men do. A woman don't want to know what kind of engine in the car. All she want to do is look pretty in it. She could give a fuck less about, is it a V6? Is it a V8? What's the miles per gallon? What do we got? Turbos? Is it a hybrid? What it costs to fix a hybrid? Eve don't give a fuck about that. All Eve give a fuck, do I look good in it, riding in it?
How do I look in?
Yeah, they don't seek out. Then that's why most of the inventors are men. 90% of our inventors are men. That's why Esau knew, remove the man out of the house, and that'll dumb the children down, the males and the sons and daughters down. You know? But you got that 12 and 7, and the way they did it was, listen, we can't control all of these people ourselves. What we need to do is set up a system where our programs is forced upon them. And nowadays it's getting worse with the LGBTQ and all that. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. So now if you have a kid now, you got to homeschool them. And if you don't homeschool them, they kind of like, fuck. And they still might be fucked if you homeschool them, but that's a better way out. If you got a kid now, and listen, I know brother's rambling, but a little edification. You got a kid now, do what you could do, but if you could keep them out of public schools, keep them the fuck out of public schools, even Catholic schools. All that shit is Esau polluted, all that shit. They got sodomites, homos and lesbos, molesting them, touching them, teaching them gay passages. You too busy working to know what the fuck they actually learning. By the time you find out what they've been influenced by, it's too fucking late. But you got that, bro?
I don't think it's 12 and 7. I think it might be 20 and 7.
Right. He deceived the whole world.
Right. I'll read Revelation chapter 20, verse 7 says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth.
Yeah, it's one in 12 and 7 too. When Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, which deceiveth the whole world. I think it's like 12 and 8. It's definitely in there, but that's a good one. That's a good one, and then it definitely make the point. But it's
It's Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was a war in heaven.
Right.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels.
Right. That's Esau and the other nations in the army of the earth fighting against Yahushua, for those who don't know. Read on.
And prevailed not.
They lost the war. Read on.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the world.
Yeah, and how does devil deceive the world? That's the point I want to pull out of this. He deceived the world through that fucking school system, bro. That school system is fucking Satan, man.
Yep.
That school system, yo, and they got a you got something?
I was just gonna say, in these school systems, they pick and choose the best so-called minds out of them to forward their agenda. That's how these engineering schools,
Harvard.
or even these companies like Lockheed Martin. They get the best minds to forward their agenda, like companies that make weapons or going into quantum physics.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. So
And
they
if
just
I
put
may
them in
add,
school. No, go ahead.
Salak, the schools deal with Constitution too. You can't even teach the Bible in school because it's a constitutional law that says separate church from state. So it was like a curriculum where you had a Israelite class where they teach the Bible. It's not allowed.
Yeah,
So
but
they deal
the
with
fact that
they'll deal with the Catholics and they'll let the Catholics run a school because that's a part of their doctrination.
Mm-hmm.
but
I
hey,
got
but guess what Catholic means?
I got a pre.
Salaka.
Come.
But I was just going to add, Catholic also means universal,
Right.
Yep.
and university means universal.
Yeah.
So that's two of the same words. Catholic means to turn into one, and university means to turn into one. So it's only right that, which is the mother church, it's only right that the Catholics run the universities. It makes sense.
Yep.
And it's bullshit that church and state is separated. Then why y'all giving niggas 501c3s? It's church and state is separated.
Yeah.
So this devil is a fucking hypocrite. But you got to get Yeshaya.
Con, this is the book of John, chapter 7 and verse 15. And the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man letters, having never learned? Now, the context you go into is talking about Yahweh Shah. And that's our Lord and Savior. And they were basically saying he didn't go to school. How does he know all this knowledge? And that's the same sentiment that us brothers have. Most of us, probably ain't even go to college. But we, like the scriptures say, I think it's in Sirach, you know more than the average man knows. And I can grab it after this. But I'm going to finish it. Yahweh Shah answered them and said, my doctrine, because the bar was going into indoctrination. My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine. So there's only one doctrine, but Esau indoctrinating you on the second doctrine of this world. You get what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
Whether it be of and he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God or whether I speak of myself. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory, but he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. Yeah.
Hey, damn, bro. Well spoken. Yeah, y'all brothers got something? All right, come. Hey, that. He finished up that Revelations. Hey, the water. Hey, Salakia, if I'm a little extra, just the spirit jumping. I apologize to y'all brothers. Try to be a little more humble, but go ahead, brother.
Verse 9 again is Revelation 12. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Yeah. So basically, he was doing, but I said he deceived the whole world, and the way he do that is through his rewriting history through the movies. But the real main way he do it, the real main way these devils fuck people up is that school shit, bro. That school shit is fucked up. That's why a lot of Jakes be dropouts. Like I was a type of Jake. They told my mother or my grandmother when my mother couldn't make it, he can do the work. He's a bright kid. He just refused to do it. Like he refused to do the sit through the shit.
Smartest one in the class, but he just don't apply himself.
I probably wasn't that, but they knew I was capable of. I wasn't it was some fucking nut. I'm keeping it funky, but they knew it's not like he's incompetent. They knew he's not incompetent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even now, academically, I could go back to school and take a course up. I ace it. Like if I decided to go back for nursing or to take some course or whatever, I'll fly past that shit. You know what I mean? Especially now being leveled up in the truth. Academically was never a problem to me. I was never incompetent academically.
But now, Elder, we're the smartest people, right? That's gonna know. in this world.
Yep.
Because the Most High say He gave us an unction to know all things.
Huh.
Yo, I dealt with people with masters. They cannot get John 3:16.
At all.
They can't get the basic scriptures.
Reading
Doc.
In
comprehension.
the beginning, God created.
That thing is a fucking apple. Fuck out of here. That thing's actual red. So we are the smartest people on the planet, right?
Yeah,
That's why the Most High said, I ain't go to the wise and the prudent, but onto who? To the babes.
That's
Because
right.
we wasn't drowned in all this bullshit ass doctrine. Like Islam, Mormon. We wasn't down with that bullshit.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, but Esau's school system is so like Esau's school system is so valuable, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, I got decent grades. I ain't saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I used to cheat. And what's that shit called when you cram? And I used to pass all my tests by cramming, studying it, looking at it, because they give you the book, and then the answers come from the book. So you can just get it real fast. I used to study, no lie, 30 minutes before the test, 15 minutes before the test. That shit would be fresh on my mind. Boom, 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 boom. Ace the test, and then forget about all that shit the next day. So it's easy to get through his system. If you know, I mean, Jake, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Now go ahead, bro. You done?
Oh, that was it, Zaquan.
Yeah. Hey. Oh no, the brother wanted to ask.
Go ahead. He pretty much said it because in school, college, most of your tests is done on memory. A lot of the shit you learn in school, you're not going to apply in your field.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, hey, one of the brothers, I ain't gonna say his name. This shit is funny as hell, right? This shit the illest. He studied a field like finance or whatever. He studied this shit for 6 months. He bought the books and everything. Right? He went to the job and applied. He like, yo, they like, where your degree at? He like, I ain't got no degree. Fuck it. They like, yo, we gonna give you a placement test. He passed the shit with flying colors. And he's in there with niggas that went to school making starting off. No, real talk.
Yeah.
They started him off. I don't want to mention the brother name because Esau started researching shit. They started the brother off for $90K per year.
Damn.
$90K per year, and they was like, yo, you did real good on your placement test. And he ain't even had no fucking degree. All he did was study the field he was supposed to study for 6 months and get the books on it.
Hey, this is university right here. It's a phone.
Yeah.
You can study whatever you need to learn on your.
Yeah. You don't have to be smart.
Yeah, I'm studying Spanish on the fucking phone.
What's called a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Yeshaya Salaki, brother.
Oh no, I was just gonna say real fast just to back y'all points up. You don't really have to be smart in Esau's education system to pass. If you know how like certain hacks and how to get around this and cheat. I used to use girls. I ain't gonna lie, they used to do my homework and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. You know
hey, homework is fucking like 40% of the grade.
Yeah.
Attendance is like 15%.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then quizzes is like 5. So really, if you just show up, you could pass.
Yeah.
And really, a lot of these teachers, right? They want a good a passion score, right? Because that's how the school get funded. That's how they get raised. So a lot of these teachers will pass you even if you fail.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yo, I don't want to have a big ass failure rate. So I'm gonna pass you anyway. That's how the school get funding. That's how the school get support. That's how I'm gonna get a raise from the dean and all that. Even though you a dumbass nigga that don't know shit, hardly ever showed up. You came here smelling like weed. You should fail, but I'm gonna pass you with flying colors next to the motherfucker that been studying his ass off. And that's how you get people in the field doing dumb shit. That's working on you and doing all that, doing surgeries on you. They be dumb as hell.
I watched the doctor Google some shit. Yo, this is a fucking doctor though. He Googling, and I told him what he needed to know. He's like, oh, okay.
Hey, yeah, this shit is wild. But hey, also, you know, the indoctrination. Right, with school, I was going to bring out the point that it puts you in debt, right? So a lot of people go to school for dumb shit. The main shit that's popping with school is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And that's all the fields that men do. Men are in science because it deals with what? Creation. Men are in engineering because that deals with infrastructure. Men are in technology that deals with creation and infrastructure, and men are in deal with math because in order to do these scientific experiments, you need to know math. Women hate math. Ask an average woman with 7 times 6. They going look. They going look. No, and you can't really get mad at them because they are not. That's a trait of a leader.
Yeah.
Now, you look. Ask a woman. Look, most women hate math. They cannot even fuck with timetables. Ask a woman what's 12. When next time you're in front of a woman, be like, yo, what's 12 times 12 or what's 9 times 9? Ask her some shit like some mathematical shit that's basic. You know, she's gonna be like, I don't know. And even if she try to think about it, she's gonna get frustrated. And it's not to make fun of them or joke on them, but the Lord never created them to play these parts.
I got some.
Yeah, he never get that. Job 39 and 13.
Yeah, I got it. One of the other brothers got it.
Now you can bring it up.
Oh, okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 39 and verse 14, I believe. You can bring this out in a while. Blow the dust off them. 39 and 39 and. What was it, Elder?
I got it.
He got it. He got it.
Job 39 and what 13? Give us thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or the wings and the feathers unto the ostrich, which leaves her eggs in the earth.
Right. So again, going into what the Israelite woman, starting with the Judite woman, because the peacock and the ostrich are careless birds. They'll forget where they place their eggs, and their own foot might crush them. Out of what? Out of simplicity. And that's the same thing with the nigga woman. They'll smoke in front of their kids. They'll blow weed smoke directly in front of their face, just straight up out of negligence. They'll leave them on the bunk bed where there's no rails, and they'll go outside to talk to their dude, and that's they know the baby fall off the fucking top bunk bed and bust his fucking head.
Tattoo their baby.
Yeah, they'll tattoo their baby, or they'll leave their baby 3 years old way on the other side of the park playing on the swings, and come to find out he been abducted. Why? Because they are like ostriches. And if you look at the physical appearance of an ostrich, they got small brains and fat asses. And that's the nigga woman. They got big eyes, small brains, and fat asses.
And long eyelashes.
Yeah, and long eyelashes. But if you look at the nigga woman, they got long eyelashes, they got big eyes, small brains, and fat asses, and long nails. Woo! The Lord is the illest rapper. That's bars. We ain't be spitting bars. Hey, the ostrich is directly comparable to the nigga woman.
Yeah.
At many levels.
Look how they walk.
Yeah, look how they walk.
They got proud strut.
That proud strut, but actually they careless about their young. You know, and guess who make up majority of these colleges? 90% of colleges is owned to the woman.
Yep.
Niggas don't go to college like that unless they like forced to by their parents, or do they trying to pursue some like scholarship through sports or something like that. But they don't go to it's hella meat on that. But they don't go to college like that. Majority of 90%, 85 to 90% of colleges is filled up by the nigga woman. And Esau running a trick bag on them because a lot of shit they need to go to college for, it ain't even a feel for that shit. So all they get stuck with is like $200,000 worth of debt, and they can't even fucking work. And the college, and they studies shown that a bachelor's degree is equivalent to a high school diploma. If you're not getting your master's or PhD, you can't even really talk. You ain't got no weight to throw around. And they still gonna pay you based off of that master's or PhD as if you had a bachelor.
Hey, and real fast, Quan, I know people that got degree from like a prestigious college, and they're working in a field that makes a lot of money. They only got like the simplest degree. They only are looking if you are going to dedicate yourself for 4 years, however it may be, and study the curriculum and learn it. And if especially like if it's from like a Rutgers or something like that, you can go for a bachelor of communication or something and end up in a finance field making 6 figures. They just want to know if you got the dedication and the discipline, you know. And yeah, like this shit is a sham, man.
Don't degree means downgrade?
Low.
Low?
Yeah. Like it goes like a degree means like low, or it goes back into the word like to degrade. But like degree goes really back into the word to degrade somebody. Like it's just an offshoot of the word degrade, but it's just degree. But as you degrade with the Satan, that's brownie points. But you degrading yourself with the Most High, but you lifting yourself up with Satan. That's why as the most degrees you get and the higher you climb up, you get stupefied with the Most High, but you climb up with Satan. But that because you're like, well, if it's a degree and I'm being degraded, how come I'm being put on the pedestal? Because you are now climbing up Satan's hierarchy, but you lowering yourself and pushing yourself further from the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay.
This is Psalms 119, verse 101. Then I'm gonna jump to 109. Oh, 104. There we go. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Right. And the top university is the Bible. What's that devil, Theodore Roosevelt? He said what? A thorough understanding of the Bible is worth more than a college education. And guess what school he went to? He was a Harvard grad. How the fuck could a Harvard grad say that? A thorough understand. Pull it up. Pull it up. I want to make sure I ain't butchering it. And I want to make sure I got the right president. Theodore Roosevelt, a Harvard graduate, said, not just a simple understanding, a thorough understanding of the Bible, because it teaches you history, botany, herbologist, prophecy, everything. Finance, everything, because you could use the Bible practically just as you use it spiritually, and it could benefit you. So it said, look, he said, what a thorough understanding of the word is. You got it? Read that.
A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. Theodore Roosevelt.
Right, there you go, man. And he was what? A fucking Harvard graduate. It ain't like he went to some community college in Chicago. Right. This is a Harvard grad saying this. So what? We the real what? Teachers. We the real people that's out there that the Lord bless. He said, I will send you teachers according to my heart, which shall feed you with what? Knowledge and understanding. And we the ones that's doing that. These people out here just getting dumbed down. Is more on that, Joe?
Another one with the chicks. Oh, yeah.
Can you go back to that?
I think it was more meat on that. We had jump past. But brothers got something to bring out. Y'all can bring it out.
It said, Job 39:14. Go back to 13. Givest thou the goodly wings unto the peacock, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leave her eggs in the earth, and warm them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them.
Yeah, so what? They like the C19, the jab, the dragon juice. They give them over to Esau, forgetting that Esau's the devil and he's not to be trusted. What? But they put their children in harm's way all the time. Read on.
She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers.
Yeah, a lot of J children face neglect. Their father not there and their mother treat them like shit. They face heavy neglect. They feel abandoned, you know?
Her labor is in vain.
Yeah. Hey, what's that in vain? You go to college for 4 years. You take these African American studies. Like, bitch, what the fuck is you studying? Yeah, like, bitch, ain't no bread in that. Even Dyke Tyson driving trucks, so you know the game. Dyke Tyson like, fuck that, I'm gonna jump in this rig. Yeah, all these bitches banging Joe Biden to turn back the student loans. They ain't gonna turn that shit back. You know what I mean? But they what? Her labor is in vain. You did all that school shit, you did all that college shit, all that just to be what? Looking for a job, working at fucking McDonald's somewhere. Then they got the nerve to tell you overqualified. Come on, man. Esau got these women in the fucking trick bag. Really, you should be pushing your man's will, backing his plan up, helping him be stable in this society.
Right.
And you reap the benefits of backing him. And you hold the family down, your natural role. But Esau sold these bitches a pipe dream.
Hey,
And the fields that make money, they don't go into.
yeah.
They don't go into math. They don't go into engineering. They don't go into plumbing. They don't go into trucking because it's not in their nature to do that. They wasn't a woman try to go do plumbing and fucking carpentry and shit like that. It's gonna fuck them up. Mentally, they gonna be I can't do that. Women do like office jobs and shit like that. Now the computer's taking that shit over. So now they're getting pushed. There's going to be way more women in the unemployment world than ever before.
Right.
Well, Phoebe, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Phoebe was doing administration work for the prophet. Phoebe.
Yeah,
She's in the New Testament.
She did help Paul out when he was in the gym.
Hey, real fast, like you would say doctorate is like one of the top levels you can get in the school system, right? The word, as brothers know, the word doctor means falsify. So these doctors don't even try to really cure the problem. They in the back pocket of big pharma, and also all they do is Google and you know what I'm saying, and then prescribe you some fucking medicine. But I got a scripture real fast. It could tie into it, but I mean we know the real meaning of it. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value.
Kind of beautiful.
All right. They don't get paid through cures. They get paid through treatment. That's how they make their bread.
Yep.
They ain't trying to kill you. They ain't trying to kill us.
Hey, I'm gonna drop on something on you. It's the medicine people don't know. It's the fucking medicine that actually kills you. It's people don't know. Like, what? Say if you had cancer, you will live way longer than if you took the chemo and the meds. People don't know it's the meds that's actually killing you.
What's that vitamin B?
Yeah, I was going to say
B17.
B17, yeah.
I was going to say that they call practitioners because they practice in medicine. They ain't perfected.
Yeah.
They call practitioners. When they say I'm a doctor or I practice medicine, they're practicing with it.
Yeah, where's your practice located? Salaki, I'm just adding what you said.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. A practice. And guess what? And doctor also not just only means to falsify, but the second definition, it says to change or to make favorable to oneself. So say if I wrote Shamyar a letter and it was doctrine and it said, bro, I don't want to talk to you no more. I see you on the other side. And then he called me and be like, yo, why would you write that? And I'd be like, I never wrote that. I'd be like, yo, that letter was doctrine. Yeah. Meaning it was tampered with to make favorable to oneself to relay a certain type of message to cause infighting or discord. So that's what the word doctor means. And not only it means to change or to falsify, but when you go into the second definition, it says to change or to falsify to make favorable to oneself. Like if you was to doctrine or you was to tamper with something, you tampering with the natural order of things to make favorable to yourself, which is what? To depopulate the earth.
Yeah, I got a brief. That show Painkiller. There's a lot of doctorates going on because the way they word it, how they sold OxyContin to people, that's what made them be able to legally sell it to people while a lot of dust was coming behind it. It said, I forget how they worded it, but it was doctorate in their favor. And they got a team of like legal people to doctor it up for them to be able to sell OxyContin to people the way they did.
Yep. Hey, I got a pre.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Sirach 38:4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth and he that is wise will not abhor him. So we don't need no pharmaceutical. I mean, damn, you know, and it's even so bad that if you say anything now with that the medical shit, they'll flag your video. You can't even say
whether it's true or not, though.
Yeah, whether it's true or not, they're gonna take it down. But I mean, we're going through the spread, Lord willing, this one don't get flagged or whatnot. But if they were really wise, if they were really wise, they would be prescribing herbs. Like, take some ashwagandha for this. Oh, low T. Oh, reptile dysfunction. Take some Tonkat Ali or some Yohimbe. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't. That's one thing. You right, but it ain't even herbs. You know what they'll be pushing? Lifestyle.
Yeah.
All the doctor got. No doctor tell a motherfucker, yo, start exercising.
Yeah.
Exercising is key. Cause listen, it ain't really diet. That's like saying, telling somebody to learn a language, right? But if you tell somebody to learn your culture, language is a part of culture, right? So it's really, you're right, but it goes deeper than just diet. It goes back into lifestyle.
Yeah, but their lifestyle is fucked up too, Elder, because a lot of these doctors is overweight. Nurses is overweight.
Yeah, they smoke cigarettes.
And they want to go some chew to eat better. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm out of here.
Drink coffee all damn day.
You seen them in the hospital.
Yeah, they be fucked. Hey, yo, them doctors be fucked up, bro. Yeah. And guess what? Them holistic doctors be disappearing. A whole plane of them motherfuckers disappearing. You know what I mean? Esau be taking them out, man. Suspending their license, having them move to other countries like Dr. Daniels, the turpentine doctor.
The dude who cured Charlie Sheen from having AIDS, his plane got shot down.
Dr. Sebi?
No. Before Dr. Sebi, Charlie Sheen had AIDS and he cured them. And they shot the nigga plane. They shot the scientist that was on board plane down. It was like 13 of them died.
Wow.
That's
crazy. AIDS would just mean what? Acquire immune deficiency syndrome.
Yeah.
So that's an attack of the immune system.
Amino.
All you gotta do is eat God's food and you be good. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? It's crazy. Anytime you get sick, people think AIDS is just AIDS. Listen, anytime you get sick, you got AIDS. That means your immune system is compromised to defend off what's attacking it. A common cold is AIDS. But people think AIDS. No, motherfucker, if you sick, you got AIDS, motherfucker, because your immune system can't fight off what's coming. It's a deficiency of the immune system. So if you empower the immune system, you will no longer have AIDS.
And that's equivalent to having too much inflammation in the body.
Hey, and even animals know, because, you know, if brothers got dogs, when dogs get sick, what the first thing they do? They go to the chlorophyll. They start eating grass.
The green.
That chlorophyll.
The verde.
The chlorophyll,
Hey, the verde, which go for the word Spanish for green, which is Yahweh
evergreen. Look, that's
Hey, Chuck rolled past us that just said forever green. And you know, green is Yahweh Shai, the burial garment. You know, and the way you say green in Spanish is verde, and that's where you get the word verily from. When the Lord said verily, verily, he mean what? Truthfully, truthfully. So if you want to ingest truth into your body, you fuck with greens. And then Yahweh Shai had the burial garment, which is green, but it's not just green, it's like a blood color green. And that's what the Lord said, what? Life is in the blood. That's why you drink the chlorophyll. You get a bottle of chlorophyll, you get it from the health food store. I'll watch which brand you get, but you get a bottle of chlorophyll and you look at it, it's like a bluish type green. The same color as blood. And chlorophyll carry the same components of blood, except the nucleus is different. So if you got a low blood count, all you gotta do is sip the chlorophyll to bring your blood count up.
I got a big bottle right here.
I just have a chlorophyll. Hey, you a doctor? Hey, you a high level doctor, DeBar.
Hey, one of the brothers put me on. The brother Yaiquab, you know, he's a chemist.
Yeah, kind.
Word.
Yeah, to eliminate AIDS, the way you eliminate AIDS, man, 30 days on a greenery diet, man.
Yeah.
Chlorophyll.
Raw food.
I
Raw
think
food.
the beginning
Yep.
process of curing any diseases,
Yeah.
like Dr. Sebi, to go on his resort, he would make all his people fast from food for a certain amount of days, and then put them on the pulse on the greens.
Yep.
Left
Hey, the Daniel fast. Yeah,
That
kind.
post. Yep.
Yeah, kind. Hey, going back to school because we about to wrap it up in a minute. But I just want to touch on we just went into a segment of school, which is the hospital field. But going back to school, school is like jails. You know what I mean? And when you compare it, right? Jails got bullies, school got bullies. Jails got a mess hall where you eat at. And school got a mess hall. And the same way you line up to get that school food, it's the same way you line up in jail.
Yeah.
The schoolyard is the same yard. Oh, it's starting to echo.
Yo, bro, the trays, the lunch trays look just like the damn mess hall trays.
That's crazy.
And the way that you sit at the bench inside the cafeteria, same way that they sit at the bench in mess hall.
Yeah, you got the ward. Yeah, you got the ward. The ward.
The warden is the principal.
Yeah.
And it's the principal.
Yeah. And the COs is
the COs are the teachers. That's fucked up. I put a meme up. I put a meme up on the web. I put a meme up on the web, and it shows the depiction of both of the facilities, and they identical. It's just one don't got bars. But if you do check it out, when you get recess, they got you in a concentration camp. Pretty much, it's gated. So it is kind of like a rec. I mean, it is like
they got in school detention.
Yeah, that's what they call a school. That's what they call jails, detention centers.
And you in jail? That's like
a correctional facility.
What's that shit called? Solitary.
You in detention? They call correctional facilities detention centers.
Let me wrap it up. Hey, no, the elder was about to slay. I told him we went a little bit, but I was saying the shit echoing. That's just saying. I'm trying to turn the volume down. But the school thing. They got this show called The Sex Lives of College Girls. School fuck people up, period. But when women go to school, it ruins them, bro. That drugging. Yo, the brother Shemion, he lives around the university. All it is fucking hoes walking up and down here looking for something to do. If I was on my DeBar shit, man, that brother Shemion be like, yo, man, you got too much traffic coming through this motherfucker. Yo, all that's walking through here right now is 19-year-olds, 22-year-olds. Right now, we see it. They walking through here on some long shit, barely dressed, looking like, the class ain't started yet, and they just roaming. They just roaming, looking to get grabbed up and smashed. But it's a show called Sex Lives of College Girls. I ain't saying check the whole thing out, but you can Google it and get a summary. But it's called The Sex Lives of College Girls, and basically they showing how when women go to college, it fucks them up.
Not only that, the military too.
They drug habit increase and they body count increase.
Hey, Elder, the echo pretty bad. Like anybody that's listening, they ain't even gonna get the message real bad. I hear. The echo.
Nah. Yeah. I know it's saying. We could try to fix it, but we at the end of it. Like we at the end of this kingdom. So I mean, the point is taken. We could elaborate more, but to kill the confusion and the validity of the video, we just gonna close out. And the Sabbath coming in, y'all better stay on point.
All right.
Hey, with that, Shalom, hey, to all y'all brothers, if I was like cutting brothers off, Salakia, just Hey, Lord willing, we could do this more often. Be the Lord's will. Shalom.
Just to
Shalom. Right. How about Shem Yahashua, Barakatah? Shalom, brothers.
Shalom, brothers.